People have been asking me where I've been. I've been growing my hair out. I've been keeping busy. But I'm keeping it together, you know? Hope. Solo. It's an obsession. Hope. Solo. I'm sure you're wondering what I've been up to. I've met Bill Archer. I've met him before I went on my downward spiral. And I can tell you this, he's not a monkey. And Landon Donovan is not a stud. I mean, who really thought he had a child in England? Really? He never even pulled his tallywhacker out of his pants in England. That was all a ploy to make his wife jealous. David Beckham's balls really are big. I was in the Los Angeles Galaxy showers. Unexpectedly. I don't know how I got there. But I saw his balls. They're pretty big. Balls are big. The shaft, well, you know. You can't have it all. Lyle Austin's balls are actually pretty small. He sent that letter to Chuck Blazer and said, "You're fired, bitch." But, you know, really, that seemed like a ballsy move. But in actuality, Lyle Austin's balls are quite small. I have seen them. I was in the Bahamas. I was on a trip. I was partying with these ladies at a FIFA conference, and Lyle was there with Jack Warner. And Lyle and Jack, it was a horrible night. They stripped down to their skivvies with these young ladies, and then Lyle pulled down his pants completely, and he was nude. His balls were very small. I could not see them. They were very small, marble size, really. Jack's balls were, well, I would say they were school teacher size. You know who's hot in an odd way? You know who's hot in an odd way? Wambach. She's kind of hot in an odd way. Don't you think? It's a thought I have. I'm sharing it with you. Dan Loney's DNA was examined, and he is related to Bigfoot. I'm pretty sure I heard that was a fact. Bob Bradley called me the other night and asked me if he should stick to the 4-4-2. Really? Come on, Bob. What else are you gonna play? And then, and then John Terry says to me, "Well, hey, what was I supposed to do? She was all lubed up, you know." Lubed up. How did she get lubed up? I mean, that's not something that happens on accident. I couldn't believe it. You know, and Chuck Blazer, when I met him, he kind of smelled like a reefer. I'm not saying he smokes it, but he definitely had the stench of the reefer on him. But I think mostly he's a gin and tonic kind of guy. But I hate this in bird, man. In birds, it's the bird in his office poops in that cage all day. And I went in there to talk to Chuck, and it just, the stench of the what is that kind of bird? The stench of that bird and all the poop on the bottom of the cage. The guy's got to clean up that cage more. Smell like bird poop. Like lots of it. This was later on in the night, and Sepp Blatter says to me, are you going to eat that wiener, or am I? I said, oh, you're crazy. He said in his accent, would you lick my nipples? I said, lick your nipples? Shit, I wouldn't lick your forehead. Pop solo. So, you know, yeah, I humped her leg. I did it. I'm not ashamed of it. But, you know, really, in the end, Julie Foudy should have a better sense of humor. I'm a small animal, and you know what effect will that have on her leg? Not much, nothing big, you know. I just beep 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 on her leg. Big humping deal. Get me kicked out of the ESPN studios for no reason. Just a small leg hump. Alexi Lalas says to me, what if you stuck that in your ass? I said, what? What are you talking about? You can't stick that in your ass. It's just, no way. What's up with those commercials with Tim Howard on the Allstate? What's this? Oh, I'm thinking about insurance. Do cool people think about insurance? Maybe if I bought a motorcycle, I could be cool too. Who wrote this crap for him? It's the worst commercials I have ever freaking seen. Maybe if I bought a motorcycle, people would think I was cool too. We're in Florida. We're at a pool. There are children. And Brett wants to wear women's pink underwear and run through the pool. And that's what happens when you smoke too much reefer. Really. You would never think to do something like that. Unless you're smoking reefer. And that's when I said to Brett, you should probably not smoke so much reefer. But honestly, what happened, the hell was I talking about? Yeah, so, you know, I was at the bar with Danny Szetela and his brothers, and I mean, the truth be told, his brothers are dicks, and they started, they were rather rude to the locals, and they were hitting on the local girls. And before you know it, the local guys were like, hey, Szetela's, you better get out of here, or we're going to whip your ass. And that's when Danny's older brother, what's his name, Don? Dick? Doofus, I don't know what the hell his name. He pulled down his pants, grabbed his man marbles. Anyhow, that's when they commenced to beat his ass and called the cops. And all the Szetela brothers were, well, they were all in big trouble by night's end. At least Danny did not take his balls out. Give him credit. I need another beer. And that's when she told me. She said, all the team names for the Women's Professional Soccer League were created by a second grader. And then it all made sense to me. That's how all the teams in the Women's Professional Soccer League got their names. As a second grader. You know, they have a tight budget. Wayne Rooney's new hairdo is essentially just a chia pet that they grew on his head. And so John Harkes says, I think it's important that people know things they already know when I'm calling a game. That's what he said. This is my Kurt Cobain look. Look at that. Yeah, man.